Hey guys, so today's video is an anti-haul. I haven't done this in probably a week and there are a lot of launches right now. I think it's just coming into like spring and summer, so the collections are coming in strong. And I'm on a no buy, as you guys know. My no buy is actually a low buy because I've bought a few things. So it's a low buy. I didn't buy that much. I bought a few things and I bought way less than I would have if I didn't go on a no buy, which is great. I also have this like idea that every time I spend money on makeup this year, I'm gonna have to donate to some kind of charity or do something nice with money, like the equivalent that I spent on the makeup, which I've kind of done because I've spent about £300 maybe on makeup since the start of the year, which sounds ridiculous, but it's way less than I spent before. And I've spent more than that on a Amazon wish list. Basically, someone I know made like a Amazon wish list for the babies and the mothers in Ukraine, which I thought was like a great idea to, because of that I was like, oh, that kind of makes me feel better about ruining my no buy. So if you're on a no buy and you spend money on makeup and you get tempted, I recommend donating the same amount to charity, and it's like a punishment to you, but not really, because you're doing something good, so you actually feel good about it. So it's not really a punishment, but it just makes you feel a bit better about spending money on makeup again. So let me know any good charities that you guys have, or anything that's like close to your heart, anything that you want me to donate to every time I break my promise to you guys, and I'll do that. And maybe other people can like look at the comments as well and do the same, and then we can all actually do some good in the world. It's a great idea, actually. I'm very proud of that one. Anyway, subscribe to that bell, like, comment for engagement, and let's just get into it. e.l.f.'s releasing this primer infused longwear buildable formula, medium to full coverage with semi-matte finish powder foundation. It's in 30 shades. It's $11 each. I think it's an amazing shade range, amazing price. Sounds good. I'm just not looking for a foundation. I'm not looking for a powder foundation right now, but if I was, this would be something on my list, but it's not. But I think it's really good and I would love to try it out. But I haven't had the best luck with e.l.f. complexion products, so I'm a bit but like I'm not getting this. I have so many powders and I have so much in my collection right now, so many foundations, so many powders, just so much complexion product that I don't need this. Fenty's releasing this. This is the Detox face mask. It's cookies and clean. It's a whipped clay detox face mask, and I have about like 5 clay masks in my collection at this current moment because I was obsessed with clay masks, and I bought a few sets and clay masks would come into those sets, and I just do not need clay masks for probably a year to 2 years. Even if I use them regularly, like multiple times a month, I will not get through them for the next year. So I'm not even looking at this. This is so cute. I love the cookies and clean situation. I love the whipped texture. I can already feel it, but I can't do it until I've used up all my clay masks. They're gonna expire. Then we have One Size, which is Patrick Starr's beauty line, releasing a BBB cream, 18 shades, oil-free, etc. It's $33, which I think is quite steep. Quite a steep price tag, but I get that One Size isn't supposed to be affordable. But like I said, I have so many complexion products, so many foundations to get through that I just simply cannot justify buying this. Also, we don't have this in the UK. It's a Sephora brand. So next. Then we have Ofra, which we know Ofra has been cancelled recently, so I'm not buying anything from Ofra anyway, but they're releasing these 2 highlights and this eyeshadow palette. Now tell me I'm wrong, but this Ofra palette is weirdly similar to the Oden's Eye palette. I use that one the most. Tell me they're not similar. Tell me that they're not very similar. I'm not saying anyone copied anyone, but it's just kind of interesting to figure out. Anyway, they're moving away from the typical Ofra highlight vibe, which is like the spirally thing. So I don't know, it's the Lotus Collection. They've been cancelled. I don't really know what to tell you guys, but I'm not buying this. The Natasha Denona lip products, 3 lip liners, 3 lip glosses, 3 lipsticks in 3 different shades. I have too many lipsticks. If something catches my eye, I might buy it, but right now I don't need any nudes, pinks, or anything in between, because I have my favorite nude pinks and everything in between that I use, and I choose above all my other nudes, pinks, and everything in between. So I just don't see the point of adding extra stuff into my collection when it's just going to collect dust, because I have my favorite lip products. Then we have Viseart, which is doing something very interesting. So I have the top left palette in the big plastic format that they used to have. So they used to have those plastic, like, huge pan professional makeup palettes. I think it's an amazing palette. I think it's like a great selection of colors, but they're now making them in smaller cardboard packaging, which is the more consumer friendly packaging. Like they're moving away from studio makeup and like on set makeup, and they're going into more consumer makeup in the smaller cardboard packaging with mirrors. Obviously the old ones just have a plastic case and that's it. So now making them for $40, which is a big decrease from I believe the original like $80 price tag, but obviously the pans are smaller. But then again, if you're not a professional makeup artist, you don't really need the bigger pans because you're never going to go through them. So I think this is a great idea, an amazing idea, and I still recommend the top left shade selection that I have. I think it goes with just so much. Like, it's just a perfect selection of matte shadows. I think the rest are really nice as well, but I just think that top left one is incredible. And yeah, for $40, I think it's a much better deal. Next. I just don't need it, because like I said, the only one I like from those is the top left, and I already have it in the big size. I don't need it in the small size. Then we have Makeup Revolution X The Lion King. So basically just like a collaboration with Lion King, which I think Makeup Revolution just does so many collabs. Just so much licensing going on. I don't think this is interesting enough. Like, I think Lion King is so bright and just so like fun that this is just very boring. I just don't. I feel nothing when I look at this. Makeup by Mario is releasing the Ultra Suede Cozy Lip Creams, which is a satin matte lip cream. I don't need it. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this is the nudie pink brown I talked about. I don't need it. I don't think the formula is something revolutionary. I don't feel any kind of way when I look at this. Kapari is releasing a Lychee Clean Vitamin C Foaming Face Cleanser and a Lychee Clean Vitamin C Face Mask. Now, I don't need either of those. I have a bunch of face cleansers and I have a bunch of nourishing, amazing face masks. So I don't need any skincare until probably the end of the year at least. Then we have Physicians Formula releasing the Bread and Butter Bronzer, Let's Toast Highlight, and Strawberry Jam Blushes. Now, I only like bronzers from Physicians Formula, and I have two. So I don't need bronzers. I don't really care for their highlights or their blushes, and that highlight is way too deep for me, and that blush is something I already have in my collection, so this is a very easy skip. Tatcha's releasing the Silk Sunscreen, which is a hydrating mineral shield. It's SPF 50 and it's $60. Hell will freeze over the day I pay $60 for a sunscreen for my face. The most I spend is the Invisible Shield by Glossier, which I think is £20, and the Supergoop, which is another £20, I believe. Those are the only two I buy for my face, and I will never spend more than that on a sunscreen unless it does some other things. If it's just exclusively sunscreen, you don't see me spending $60 on it, and I don't think you should either. Next. Then we have this Nabla palette, which is very cute. It's basically like 4 palettes in one, so 4 quads with different shade selections. I personally, I love Nabla. I like their products, but I do think that eyeshadows are a little bit overrated. I've tried recently some eyeshadow palettes and I think they're really cute, but they're not eyeshadow palettes that I go back to on a regular basis as like, oh my god, like this is the best palette of all time. But I don't think they're anything that is like super different. They're nice formulas, don't get me wrong. I'm not getting rid of the palettes. I think they're nice, they work well, but they're not something that I'm like, oh my god, I need this in my collection. And this shade selection is something I already have with many other palettes, so it's just like an easy skip for me. Hindash is releasing another version of his like ombre face and cheek and eye palettes. You can use them for like multiple different things. These are more colorful pastel shades that I'm moving away from this year. Maybe I'll come back to them some other time, but right now I'm feeling like more neutral, nude, glam, pinky stuff. So I just don't really need this, but it looks cute. I just personally don't need it. Next, Jeffree Star Skin. Jeffree Star's releasing a skincare line and I don't care about it. 1, because I don't care about Jeffree Star. 2, because I don't need skincare. Next, this is what got me. This is what got me right here. So Colourpop released this like art pop line collection. I didn't buy any of the blushes, but I bought this bottom right selection of eye pencils and stick shadows, and then I got just the nude selection of the lip products, and I think both are amazing products. I don't know what they changed in the formula. I feel like things have been changed a little bit because those eyeliners glide like nothing in the world and they are super pigmented. Like that black is one of the best black eyeliners I've found. It's very comparable to my Sigma black liner, which I thought was amazing, and it still is, but they're very comparable, and I believe the Colourpop one is more affordable. These are some amazing eyeliners, and that lip formula is also incredible, not drying or anything like that, and the shades are just amazing, impeccable. So I broke my promise, but these were kind of worth it because I think they're really good, and I like that they're split, so you're not getting as much product, so it's easy to go through it, so you're not like wasting a bunch of money on like one eyeliner that you're not going to get through. You get lip line on one side and lippy pencil on the other, and they're actually not identical shades, which I think is even better because I sometimes just don't see the point of having the same lip liner as lipstick, so it just does the same thing. But these are slightly different, so it contours your lips very nicely, and then obviously if you bring them with you on like holiday, you have 6 shades in like 3 products, so they're really good and you can like interchange them. Sometimes I would add the deeper pencil on the outlines of like the lighter pencil. Anyway, I think it's a great product. Next, Supreme doing a collaboration with Chapstick, which Supreme is a dead brand and so is Chapstick. Like, I don't think anyone uses them anymore. Not that many people. And I just think this is a weird collaboration. Next, Hermes is releasing some complexion products. They're releasing a balm like a complexion balm, which is with this SPF 30. It's supposed to be very light coverage. I think the shade selection is quite small, but that's because it's a tinted balm, and I think it still goes quite deep, which is nice as shown on the model. And they're also releasing like a pressed powder product. These are so expensive that I just don't see the point. I just think Hermes is just too far in the price range. Next, then we have Kiko releasing this collection, which Kiko releases some of the most beautiful drugstore collections I've seen. These are stunning, but I don't need these products because I have all of this in my collection and I just don't need it. But I think if you're looking for like a face palette or some bronzers or some lipsticks, these are very cute. Like I said, I don't really need stuff like that right now. Colourpop's releasing another Star Wars palette. So I have the child one, but then I don't have any of the other ones. And this one's like a cool tone / red palette, which goes with the outside art. I'm not a big enough Star Wars fan to buy all of them. I liked the child one because it was a green and I really liked the colour selection. I didn't necessarily buy it for the Star Wars theme, and all the other ones are just not that interesting to me personally, but I think they're still quite cute. Just not my vibe. Glow Recipes releasing an SPF 50 Watermelon Glow Niacinamide sunscreen, which I think is more in my price range, and I just think it's more something that I would be willing to buy. Like I said, I have a few sunscreens left. I don't know if I said that already. I have a few sunscreens left and a few niacinamide serums, so this is not on my to buy list right now. But once summertime rolls around and I finish all my other sunscreens, I might actually go for this one because it's SPF 50, and I believe both Supergoop and the Glossier one are SPF 30, so quite nice. Kylie is adding a new formula to her like lip range, and it's the Lip Shine Lacquers, which are 2-in-1 lightweight formula. That's the colour payoff of a lipstick but the luminous shine of a gloss while nourishing the lips. I personally don't like these formulas. I don't like opaque lip glosses. I think they always look very milky and just uneven. I don't think they apply the way a lipstick applies. So it's like it's trying to do too many things at the same time, when I'd rather put on lipstick and then lip gloss on top and get a much better, more long wearing effect. So these are not for me. Gwen Stefani's releasing a beauty line called Give. And there's some products. So there's some red lipsticks, obviously because Gwen Stefani has the red lip. Some eyeshadow palettes, some, I believe, eyeliner, some eyebrow pencils, things like that. I'm just not... Like, I like Gwen Stefani, don't get me wrong, but Gwen Stefani wouldn't be a reason for me to buy a makeup product. Like, I'm not, like, a diehard fan in a way that I would buy anything she releases. Because I think there are some Gwen Stefani fans that are such huge Gwen Stefani fans that they will buy this even if they don't like the product. I'm not one of those, and these just don't scream to me. I don't wear red lipstick that much, and I don't really need these eyeshadows because I have them in my collection, so I will pass on this. Then we have Byredo doing another online Bloomingdale's like eyeshadow palette, 18 shades, but it's mainly like shimmers. I'm not seeing many mattes. I'm also not seeing many looks that I could create with this. I just think it's like a really pointless palette to me. If you like it, buy it. To me, this is pointless and I'm just gonna skip. It's also $96. Then we have Natasha Denona releasing a new mid-size palette, and it's pastels. I personally don't really like this one. I would buy it for like collector's purposes, but I don't really like this eyeshadow palette. I don't think it's that nice. I don't think there's enough cohesive looks for me in there, and I've also moved away from the pastel shades. This palette just doesn't scream out to me. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't like the swatches very much. I don't know, I'm just not feeling this one. Next, Dior's releasing a concealer, 22 shades, caffeine infused, full coverage, natural glow finish, waterproof, $29. And actually, the applicator is a little brush. So if you use concealers to carve out your eyebrows or to spot conceal, you have the brush and the doe foot in one, essentially. The doe foot is the brush, which I think is quite cute. I don't know, I quite like the look of it, but I don't think Dior is cruelty free, and I don't need any new concealers right now. I have a bunch, and I have some favorites, like the Pat McGrath one, so I'm just gonna skip on this. Huda's releasing a new shade of the loose baking and setting powder. I recently started using the one I had in my collection, which was just like the translucent shade, and I really like it. It's super blurring, it's super mattifying, but it doesn't dry out your skin, it doesn't cling to patches, which I think is really nice. But this one is like a pink shade. It's a cherry blossom shade basically, and it's suitable for fair to medium skin tones, and it neutralizes and brightens golden undertones and under eye darkness, which I think is quite nice. I would try this if I wasn't currently drowning in powders. I'm currently drowning in powders and I don't need it. Next, she's also releasing 2 lip products for the Cherry Blossom collection, a liquid lipstick and a lip balm, which I don't like liquid lipsticks and I don't need a lip balm. Kapari's releasing, this is getting me, I think I might buy this for the summertime, a Sun Shield Body Glow, SPF 50, water resistant, it's reef safe, it's a clear lightweight gel for non-sticky, non-greasy feeling, which is like the worst thing, is if it's like greasy and sticky. It's infused with a signature coconut scent, and it's basically like a body oil with shimmer in it that's SPF 50 but isn't sticky. Isn't that like the perfect combination? I'm not getting this right now because currently in the UK, there is barely any sunlight. We're just about entering springtime soon-ish. But when summertime rolls around, I might have to get this. So it's been revealed that Charlotte Tilbury is releasing a 9-Niacinamide Pore Tight Peptide Exfoliative Toner. We haven't got a price tag yet. It apparently like minimizes the look of pores. I have a few toners that do that, so I don't need any right now. I think I have like at least 3 full-size bottles. So that will last me probably for the next few months, and then I'll think about what I want to buy, but currently this is not on my list. Then we have La Mer releasing 2 new products. One is the treatment lotion for $125, and one is a lip polish for $75. You're telling me you're spending $75 on a lip scrub? A lip scrub. Go to Lush. Go to Lush. Don't be silly. I'm not buying this. Beauty Bay is releasing these huge palettes. You guys know how I feel about huge palettes. I just don't need this. Plus, like, you have 5,000 shades of green and purple and pink. It's giving me Morphe vibes, and I'm just not feeling it. Next, Morphe, actually, talk about Morphe, is doing a collab with Lucky Charms. It's basically just a rainbow collection, as if they haven't done 1,000 of those. Pat McGrath is releasing this Ultimate Blue Smoky Eye Kit. So you have the Permagel Ultra Glide Eye Pencil in Extreme Black, a mixing liquid, an eyeshadow, like a pressed eyeshadow, with a Cyber Electric eye gloss. I personally don't need this for $50, but if you like doing this look, go ahead. For me, not the look I need, not the look I'm going for. I don't go for deep looks. I feel like you have to line your whole eye with black to then have the eyeshadow pop, which to me doesn't sound appealing with my skin tone because I'm so pale. A raccoon look, and that is not the look I go for. Some people look great in the raccoon look, not me, personally. Here is another picture of the Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette swatches. Tell me those don't look a little bit ashy. Just a little bit. I get that pastels look ashy because they are pastels, but I feel like I've seen pastels be done less ashy before. Also, an announcement, Makeup Geek, if you want to buy anything, they've always been on my anti-haul list because I don't think they've released stuff that has caught my attention. That seems to be the case across the board because they're actually closing down, which is obviously really sad because Makeup Geek has been around for years and they're like a staple in the beauty community, mainly for like the older generation of beauty community, but they are closing down, which means the sales aren't doing that great, and they're actually having, I believe, a 40% site-wide sale. So if you want anything, go get something. They have By Terry doing this Brightening Cc Powder in one shade. It's illuminating, it captures light, has no coverage, £48. I don't get it. I actually don't understand what this does, but it's way too deep for my skin, so I'm just gonna pass. Then we have this Sugary Cosmetics. I've never heard of them, but they're doing a 12-pan concealer palette for $22, which is quite affordable for the amount of colors you get, but I don't need this because I'm not a makeup artist. Add a translucent powder for $12, which I also don't need because I'm drowning in powder. So this is an easy skip, but it's quite interesting if you're a working makeup artist. Nars is releasing their summertime collection. I don't use Nars because they're not cruelty free, and also don't find any of their products interesting enough. Oh, this one got me. I might get this when it launches. Don't hate me. Charlotte Tilbury is releasing a Pillow Talk highlight. If you guys know, Pillow Talk is one of my favorite shade ranges. The lipstick is my favorite. The eyeshadows are my favorite. I love Pillow Talk. I think it just goes so perfectly with me and my vibe and my ambiance. And this highlight just, it's so nice. It looks like a pillow because it's got the cushioning, and it's got more pink on one side and more white on the other, so you can either mix the whole thing, or you can just mix the left or just the right or just the top. Like, you can like customize the shade based on what you're feeling. I'm definitely getting this 100%. Don't even talk me out of it. I'm getting it. Then we have Colourpop doing a In the Limelight collection with 3 gel pots, some sticks, some eyeshadow sticks, and then a lime eyeshadow palette. I personally, like I said, I'm moving away from like the colourful shades this year, maybe next year, but I already have green from Colourpop, so I don't need this. Makeup Revolution releasing contour products in stick form, liquid form, lipstick form, powder form, all sorts of different contour products. I'm not a big fan of Makeup Revolution, so I'm just going to skip on this. I have some contour products that I really enjoy, and I just don't need any more because I don't do enough contouring as is. Calais Depot Beauty releasing an SPF 25 Radiant Cream Foundation for $130. There is no way. No way. The most expensive I bought is the Chantecaille one, the Cushion Foundation. It was £120, and I regretted my decisions so deeply. So deeply. Never doing that again. And you can also get that eyebrow gel in 4 shades for $40. An eyebrow gel. Are you kidding me? Never. No. Givenchy though. I'm not sure if they're cruelty free or not, but they're releasing these marble lip glosses, and it is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. But I'm just pretty sure that if you keep on using it, it will stop being marble, right? Because it will all mix together. So I just don't really see the point. But this is so cute. I would love one of these. But I'm hoping that Givenchy is not cruelty free so that it stops me from buying this, because there is no like will here to not buy it. I have no self-control. Tatcha's releasing a clarifying clay mask. I told you guys I have enough clay masks. I don't need it. It's also $70. There is no way I'm spending $70 on a clay mask. Then we also have these Love Heat Cream blushes from Moira Cosmetics. For $8.50 each, which is so affordable. Or you can get a $44 bundle. I think these shades are so cute. I love the bubblegum pink, but I have so many cream blushes right now that I just know that it's not a good idea to buy this. Mainly knowing that cream products expire quicker than powder products, I need to get through all of my cream blushes first before even thinking about buying another one. But that is actually the last product in my album, in my folder here that I've got. So let me know what you're not buying, what you're buying, what you think, and just anything else. Subscribe with that bell, like, comment for engagement. I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.